Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to be talking to a film industry veteran. He's going to be talking about the future of film in Texas next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
All right, there was a time when Hollywood owned the film industry, but if you look at all of the Oscars that are being won right now, they're by independent filmmakers, and they're often filming outside of LA. To talk about that today, Daniel Robert Durrett. He's with realnews.com. Thanks for coming on the show.
How you doing, Jeff? Thank you for having me here. I love that you've got such a facility right here in Dallas.
Well, and I love it.
And Austin and other places.
Thank you. Well, and you call yourself Real News, and we're Real News. We spell it differently, but
we are definitely a different spelling than y'all. The real like a film reel, and news with a Z.com.
Yes. All right, tell us about your history in film. When did it start?
Well, I've always had a love for film when I grew up. Probably shot my first film, in all honesty, with a 8mm camera my parents owned, just because I wanted to be able to learn more about that. Like a lot of kids my age in Gen X, yes. I saw Star Wars.
And some exciting news is happening here in Texas. $1.5 billion.
$1 billion in the Texas film incentives with Senate Bill 22. Was passed with flying colors and a little help from Dennis Quaid and
yes,
Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, to name a few.
And why do they come to Texas?
Well, people really these incentives aren't necessarily about these big stars getting a big paycheck. It's about the people that spend their lives day in and day out running cables, working craft services,
yes.
being assistant directors. These are the below the line individuals, which is what the budget in
sure.
a Hollywood production would call them normally. And that's the best part about it. But it benefits these productions coming from wherever they were thinking about shooting. Yes. I mean, think about Texas. We have every topography and vision you can provide. You want to shoot a Western, you can do that. Miss Congeniality,
yes.
faked downtown Austin for
yes.
New York City. And there's stories of that over and over again.
When I think about Landmen, I think about all the wonderful productions that are happening right now. Is it because
God bless Taylor Sheridan.
Amen. Is it because, like, if you wanted to film in downtown Austin right now, you don't need 15 different permits, do you?
Now, there are permits you need to run, and if you want to shut a street down, I believe when I checked the last time I had done anything like that, it was like $2,200 an hour, and that was only one little section of street. But the easier part of doing the work here is you aren't taxed and permitted
yes.
to the nth degree.
Yes. So the welcome mat is out there for everybody who wants to produce independent films in Texas. We're going to pull up your website because let's talk about Real News.
Cool.
So how long have you run this site, and what is the site about?
Well, we started back in 2008 from the fact that I had picked up a job working for the American Film Institute in Hollywood, and my boss there was Short Red Carpet Groups, and said, don't you own that domain of that fake website from that independent film you did? And I said, yeah, I still pay for it. And he goes, go out and be that website here in Dallas, the town I'm from, which was kind of odd that Real News would be birthed
yes.
in the town that I grew up in, doing the work that I did. dreaming about being in Hollywood. And back when I was a kid, everybody would say, oh, go to New York or LA, kid. That's where you're going to get it done. You're not going to get it done here. But UT has an amazing film program. They've developed film programs all over the state with tons of different schools. SMU has put a ton of people into the film industry with their radio, television, and film program. And then you have groups like the Dallas Film Society and the Dallas Producers Association, which do tons of good for the film festivals that come through Dallas and film festivals that we from Dallas attend other places.
Well, and when I think about Hollywood, they play safe, don't they? Okay, let's take
They regurgitate these days,
right? They take a Scooby Doo, and we're going to make it into a live action. They play it safe.
Yeah.
They play with formulas that work. And so when I look at the Academy Awards, everything seems to be independent films.
Well, they can be viewed that way in sometimes. But I wouldn't say that they're all independent. When you have a $60 million budget, you've got big players involved in the game. That is for sure. Taking into account a lot of the films who have done well in the last bit, they do have an independent flair to them. They definitely are uniquely new, and that storyline helps assist, I think.
All right, I'm going to take you way back.
Being independent.
When I think about independent films that kind of shocked Hollywood, like Blair Witch Project, famously made on $1 million budget.
Blair Witch Project is the champion of ROI in anyone's business plan.
And what was the formula there? What did they discover?
Well, they brought the film to the web as if it was a real life story.
Yes.
So that capture with what the web had going on brought everybody in and made them think, oh, I'm seeing something behind the scenes. I'm seeing a documentary that is guised as a horror film. Sure. And guising a horror film, from that. I mean, in some ways, Jurassic World that came out just this weekend or last weekend.
Yes.
It's just a horror movie for kids.
Yeah.
It's in the Jurassic world, but it has no bearing on the beginning films at all.
All right, we're both fans of Friday Night Lights,
Yeah.
both the movie
FNL, baby, FNL.
Yes, and you actually had a chance to work on that.
Yes, I have been a blurry person on Friday Night Lights more than once. Had a lot of fun working on Friday Night Lights. Just, what Peter Berg had created with the TV show and then brought that back into Austin and rejuvenated kind of the scene. And for it to go the 5 seasons that it did and then birth people like Taylor Kitsch and Minka Kelly's careers and Adrian Palicki and Michael B. Jordan. Yes. A lot of people forget that Michael B. Jordan had his start on Friday Night Lights.
And when you were working on that production, I bet you had the run of the town, didn't you? Because
not me, but you when you went somewhere with Jesse Plemons or Taylor Kitsch, you most definitely had the run of whatever you wanted to do.
Yes. So what do you see with this $1.5 billion? And help us understand that. So $1.5 billion does what?
Well, $1.5 billion is usually got and I don't know all of the ins and outs as much as I did from the last bill that we had, the bill that was called the Friday Night Lights bill. But typically, there's a threshold, $300,000 on a project, something like that. And then you'll get back all your taxes that you would pay in a hotel room for lodging. And there'll be a deadline on that. Like you have to have your production in Texas for over 30 days to get that money back. And then you get certain amounts of other funds that are kicked back to the production that get to be used for the production itself. So say a $300 million that's crazy. A $30 million project, which would be a typical indie that's at a professional level these days. That $30 million is really worth $45 million to the production and the total end of what they've got going on.
Wow. Okay, we're going to pull up your Facebook page, because this is almost like a who's who in Hollywood. As we scroll down it, just point out
Stuff from ATX Television Fest. That picture on the very far end, that's Oak Cliff Film Fest, and then my new rescue dog. That one old building was an office we used to have, 804 Congress, when we were down there for ATX Television Fest. I was standing in front of it, so I took a picture. You'll see there the Texas Production Expo that's Ashton. Ashton Campbell is one of the board members of the Dallas Producers Association. Every year they let everybody come out and see, all the new production appliances and lighting and camera work and everything else.
I see Brad Leland there.
Oh yeah, I gotta love Brad Leland and Joe Corsley, who back down in Austin was known as Karaoke Joe in the bar scene around there. He's got his own band. A lot of people know him as the rocker from Accepted, the movie with Blake Lively and Jonah Hill, and I'm forgetting the one main actor on it. He played the Mac in the commercials. Justin, I don't know. Sorry, Justin, man, my bad. He's engaged newly to Jennifer Morrison, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So as you look into your crystal ball, what do you see for film in Texas in the next 10 years?
Oh, it's going to blow up. It's already blown up. The amount of people that are moving to Texas to do production and film work here right now some are making the moves for financial reasons and political reasons as well. I think that's one reason, one thing I'm a proponent of, the medicinal marijuana and the state of Texas usage. The Californians aren't going to like it if they come into Texas to do film work and all of a sudden weed gets criminalized again.
And the film industry is, it's almost like, hey, you worked on this production. Well, you probably need to use this videographer. You need to, it's
a family.
It's kind of who you know.
It's a family. It is definitely, it's definitely a career. I would say it merits itself in some ways on a technical side to the restaurant industry. That if you've worked with somebody at a restaurant and you've worked with them at a hotel or something and you know that they're good for certain things, then they're the guy you want to bring in when you have to do stuff now.
Outstanding. Okay, so what do you see for Real News, your website?
Well, we are definitely expanding. We've covered more film festivals this year than we've ever covered before. We've got the Waco Independent Film Festival coming up. Then at the end of that, the next weekend here in Dallas, we have the Asian Film Festival of Dallas. Nice. That shows over at the Angelica. They're going to be, just promoting every type of anime and Asian action and gun fu and kung fu.
Yes.
That you'll have a chance. They'll show some old stuff. They'll show some new stuff.
Yes.
It's always well worth watching, and you'll definitely see things that you're not going to see for a year, maybe.
Yes.
Across the web.
All right, Daniel, we have about a minute left. So, final thoughts. What do you want to leave people with?
That this place is an amazing studio. I'm blown away, Jeff. It's absolutely great, and it's just nice that you had me here. I appreciate that. But, the one thing, it's important to people. Go to see movies in the theater. One of the movies that I would push right now, the popcorn movie of the summer, and it's not even going to be at the theater. It dropped yesterday on Amazon Prime, Heads of State.
Oh, wow.
It is so much better than it should have been. Idris Elba and John Cena play the Prime Minister and President of the United States. It makes wonderful statements toward, everyone, assisting each other in a common ploy of man and society.
Oh, and since you mentioned the theater, I mean, famously Tom Cruise with, Top Gun.
Brought it back with Maverick.
Yes. And a lot of people give Tom Cruise a lot of glory for kind of like reintroducing people to the theaters, because during COVID, like, we all stopped going.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, but there is something about the shared experience. Once you spend 30 seconds talking about, like, we all remember films where we're watching it and we're crying and we look to the person to the left and we look to the person to the right.
Oh, it's the meme. I'm not crying, you're crying. You know?
There's something about, I mean, we all have, these, theaters in our home where we could cook our own popcorn.
A 100-inch screen at my house, so
Right.
yeah.
But there's something about
Something about having it in the theater.
Yeah.
It it works for horror films, it works for all of them, but it's the reason we celebrate people's lives with funerals. It's the reason we celebrate weddings in big groups and things like that. There are certain things in life I feel like should be shared and brought in with a group and developed together and felt together, and that's the magic of movies, and I hope it never goes away. We definitely want to keep theaters open, keep theaters and people together, definitely together.
Amen. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your wisdom and your passion for film. We're going to end with his website, which is realnews.com.
News with a Z.
News with a Z. We'll put it on the screen. Daniel Robert Durrett, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you much, Jeff. I appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.